site.
Just to clarify on the offer. The offer that you said was generous and on the table and what seems to be accepted now. Does that mean that the ball is no longer in Hamas's court?
Saeed, it's impossible for me to answer that question without characterizing the response that Hamas has given, which I'm not yet willing to do.
Okay. All right. On Al Jazeera, now we know that Israel is accusing the correspondents of Al Jazeera, our colleague, who are Israeli citizens, by the way, accusing them of incitement that goes back many years and all these things, a crime that is punishable by imprisonment. Are you worried that these correspondents might actually be imprisoned by the Israelis? And if they are, what would the government of the United States do?
So I'm not going to speak to those specific allegations. It's not something that we've reviewed in detail. We would have to do that. I'm certainly not going to speculate about what we might do in response to an action that has not yet been taken. I will just reiterate that when it comes to the decision to shutter Al Jazeera's operations in Israel, it's something that we are concerned by. We support the work that journalists and media do. We have had, I don't think it's any secret that we have had our differences with with Al Jazeera over the years, including some of the ways in which they cover this conflict. But we support the free media conducting their operations everywhere in the world.
Yeah, I think most countries have had an issue with Al Jazeera. Let me ask you about Rafah. Now, the movement, 100,000 people and so on. Now, how many would need to move before Israel can go in and legitimately go after Hamas's position? I mean, the area is so small, Al-Mawasi, where they are moving and so on, just meters, maybe kilometers away. What would prevent, let's say, Hamas fighters or Hamas leaders and so on to actually move, to another place? They allegedly have a network of tunnels that would allow them to do that and so on. And then, we have the same kind of situation. We see the Israelis saying we want to go after them in that area. I mean, how do you read this whole situation?
So that is not really a question I can answer. I will just make clear, as I have already, and as others in the administration, including the president, including the secretary, have on a number of occasions, that a major operation in Rafah is not something that we can support.
Yeah. And finally, I asked on Thursday about Dr. Adnan al-Bursh. I was wrong. He wasn't shot. He died, and some say under torture and so on. I know that your colleague at the White House said what she said, that she was saddened and all these things. But have you followed up on this issue? How do you follow up on it? And because apparently they are keeping his corpse. I mean, they're not turning it to his family or others and so on for proper burial.
It is one that we have raised with the government of Israel. I don't have a response to read out. We have made clear with Israel, as we have made clear publicly, that they must treat all detainees humanely and with dignity in accordance with international humanitarian law, and that they must respect detainees' human rights, and also that they must ensure accountability for any abuses or violations.
Thank you.